Good afternoon. Is it too loud? A little, because I'm going to be talking a lot and breathing. Yeah, just lower, maybe the main. Hi, everybody online. We were just talking about how awkward I am being microphoned, so I appreciate your patience. How's that? Maybe that's better. A little further away from my mouth and my nose. Okay. Great. Yeah, Chris and Libby or anybody online, could you type something into the chat to make sure that the sound is working? There's a little bit of a delay, so we'll wait for that for a minute. In the meantime, while we're waiting for confirmation, good morning. To those of you on the West Coast, good afternoon to those of us in the other time zones in this lovely country, and all the folks in the time zones around the world. I would like to just make a little aspiration that the work and practice that we do today for this beautiful Tsok offering that we're going to offer, may it help just a little bit with the conflict that is happening all around the world. Maybe our collective motivation to practice what we'll practice today just takes the edge off a little bit. That's my hope and intention. Thank you, Chris and Libby and Tara. So today is Dakini Day in the Tibetan calendar, the 25th day of the lunar month. And usually Tsok is offered on this day as well as on Padmasambhava Day, which is the 10th day of the Tibetan month. One of the reasons today is special is because it is the last Dakini Day in this year's Tibetan calendar. So Losar is upon us. March 3rd is the first day of Losar, and usually it's celebrated March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, so the first 3 days are the celebration of Losar, or New Year, in the Tibetan calendar. So now's our chance. Now's our chance to purify all of the misdeeds of this past year through this practice, through real heartfelt reflection and regret and remorse for all the weird things that have happened this year and our difficult reactions to them. And the real honest approach of confession and admitting where we were wrong and where things could have gone better is a really powerful practice. Whether or not it makes us feel better in the moment, most of the time, when it's done genuinely, for me, it does help. But habits are strong, and so we continue to practice. We continue to practice again and again and again, bringing our minds back to our object of focus, whatever that might be. Yeah, so let's do it. It's been a long time since I've been in the Umze chair, and also Barbara and I are back at the team. Barbara as Chopin and myself in the Umze spot. So we ask for your patience as we remember how to do this amazing practice. Okay, so as usual, we'll get started on page 1 of the PMC prayer book with the verses of prayer to the 8 noble auspicious ones. We will also, I'm sorry, it goes without saying for me in my heart, what's been happening for the Dujum lineage in the past week, 10 days, that we saw our lineage master show what happens when passing out of this human world is a reality. And so for the lineage prayer, when we get to that part, when we do the prayer of invocation for Dudjom Rinpoche and a prayer to the root guru on page 11, we'll add in Chris's beautiful translation of Cloud Banks of Blessings, prayer for calling the guru from afar. So if you don't have that, let me know, and I can send you an email with the text. It was also sent out, if those of you online are on the PMC mailing list, we sent that out with Chögyam Rinpoche's announcement and comments about the parinirvana of His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche Sangye Pema Sherpa. So we'll add that in. All right, before we get started, just take a moment to check in with your motivation. Thank you to all of you who came a little bit early today to help set up. The Tsok offering itself is incredibly abundant today. It looks really beautiful, and so we'll welcome everybody to enjoy that with us. So with our boundless motivation, that this practice truly is of benefit to as many beings as possible. We'll call our support networks in to witness and guide the practice today. Om Nang Si Nang Da Rang Shin Lun Zhe Pe Tashi Shok Chu Xing Na Shok Pa Yi Sangye Che Dong Gen Dun Bak Be Tsok Kun La Chak Zel Dak Chak Da Shi Shok Dreme Gyal Po Zel Din Dun Dre Gong Champe Gen Be Ge Dra Bel Dam Pa Kun La Gong Ba Gya Che Jak Bel Chen Dun Bo Tar Pak Zel Dra Bel Dong Ni Sem Chen Tam Che La Gong Dra Be Bel Yi Tsem Ze Pa Zel Rab Jak Bel Te Ten Sam Te Be Ta Shi Bel Be We Te War Shek Ba Ge La Chak Zel Lo Jambel Shunu Belden Dorje Zen Chenre Ze Wang Gumpe Jambe Bel Sai Ning Po Dripar Nampar Sel Nam Kai Ning Po Pak Jo Kun Tu Sang Ut Pel Dorje Pekar Lu Shing Dang Nor Buddha War Eldri Ni Mai Chaksen Legnam Dashi Belgi Jog Changjuk Sembar Gila Chakselo Rinchen Duk Jog Dashi Serkinya Duchum Bunzang Yong Kamala Nyedrak Dung Dang Punzo Bewe Minu Gyatze Mongyo Korlote Rinchen Dakjo Geki Chaksen Chen Chokdu Gyawa Churching Geke Ma Getsong Owo Drempe Bebewe Tashi Lamo Gela Chakselo
Tsangpa chenpo dejong seme miktong dendang gyapo yokor song pake pedang luwang mi sang nam te se te lhatse korlo dang trishu ladang du dung dorje chen piwam rati juten gyatsen zin Sasum nesu gelek dashipel jingden gyongwa gela chakselo dakjak ding dir chawa tsombala gedang ewa tsewa kunjine deden bebel samden yinshin drup tashi dele buntum Tsok bar sho. Back to page 1 for the English. Om, in the natural, spontaneously present, perfectly aware existence to all who dwell in the auspicious realms of the 10 directions, the Buddhas, Dharma, and the assemblies of the Noble Sangha, I prostrate and pray that all may be auspicious for myself and all others. To Drume Gyalpo Tsalden Dundrup Gong, Jampe Gyepal Gedrak Pel Dampa, Kunla Gongpa Gyache Drakpel Chen, Thunpo Tarpak Tseldrak Pel Eni, noble ones known for your consideration of all sentient beings, noble ones known for your superior display of enlightened activities that grant mental satisfaction. Merely hearing your names increases all glory and auspiciousness. I prostrate to the 8 Sugatas, to the youthful Manjushri, the glorious Vajra holder, the powerful Avalokiteshvara, the noble protector Maitreya, Sayi Ningpo, Dripar Namparcel, Namkai Ningpo, the supreme noble Kunduzangpo, Utpel Dorje, Pekar Lushing, and Norbu Dawa Reldri Nima, holders of the excellent and emblems of supreme noble good fortune, I prostrate to the 8 Bodhisattvas, the supreme jeweled umbrella, the auspicious golden fish, the wish-fulfilling vase, the mind-pleasing Kamala flower, the conch of fame and glory, the fully endowed endless knot, the eternal victory banner, the all-powerful wheel, you who hold these 8 supreme precious signs offered to the conquerors of all directions and times, attractive maidens of pleasure, to recall your nature increases all that is noble. I prostrate to the 8 goddesses of good fortune, Tsangpa Chenpu, Dejung Seme U, Mektong Den, and Gyalpo Yokor Song, Pake Po and Luang Migmizang, Nam Tu Se and Lhate Korlo, holders of the trident, short spear, and Vajra, Veena, sword, stupa, and banner of victory, who make auspiciousness and positivity grow in the 3 realms, I prostrate to the 8 guardians of the world. Concerning the activity that myself and others are about to begin, by pacifying all obstructions and unwanted harm, may the noble and meaningful increase and all wishes be accomplished. May good fortune and happiness be fully endowed. Are you guys all comfortable in here? I'm freezing. Now the 7-line prayer on page 7. Hung organ yugi nup jang tsam Pema ge sardong bola Yatsen jogi nge drupni Pema jung ni she su drak Kordu kandro mang bekor Kegi jesu dak drugi Chengi lop chir shik su sol Guru bema siddhi om Hong organ yogi nup jang tsam Bema ge sardong bola Yatsen jogi ngö drupni Bema jung ne she su drak Kordu kandro mangbekor, kegi jesu dakdrugi, chingi lobje shek susa, guru bema sidi hung. Hong organ yugi nup chang tam, bema ge sardong bola, yazen jogi ngurup nye, bema jung ne she sudra, kordu kandro mang bekor, kegi jesu dakdrugi, chingi lobje shek susa, guru bema sidi hung. Hung at Oregon's northwestern frontier, on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous supreme accomplishment attained, and as a lotus born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many dakinis, so that I may become like you, please come and grant your blessings. Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. The prayer to the three bodies of the Guru, page 9. Ema ho. Tedra Chögi Yingi Shinkam Su, Chöni Du Sam Kega Me Pengang, Chadra Lun Zok Dewa Chemperku, Nam Ka Shin Du Duk Che Chöri Me, Lama Chögi Kula Sowa Deb, Orgen Pema Jung Ne La Sowa Deb, De Chen Lun Gi Drupe Shinkam Su, Kusong Duk Dong Yun Den Trin Le Gi, Ye Shenga Den De War Shek Beku, Tu Che Che Jag Na Tsok So Sor Den, Lama Long Che Zoku La So Wa De, Orgen Pema Chung Ne La So Wa De, Mig je jig den dak be shin kam su, tuk je chen po dro e de la chen, ga la kang du tap ki de den ze, de tak ma chen da ta du song gi, la ma tu be ku la so wa de, orgen pe ma chung ne la so wa de. In English, wondrous in the pure realm of the fundamental space of reality, free from elaboration, the actual nature beyond the three times, origination and cessation, is the body of great bliss, naturally complete and aimless, compassion like the sky without bias or point of reference. Dharmakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. In the pure realm of the spontaneously present great bliss are the embodiments of the Buddha's form, speech, mind, qualities, and activity, the bodies of the thus gone ones endowed with the fivefold primal knowing, revealing each and every of the various manifestations of compassion. Sambhogakaya Guru, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. In the realm of innate purity of this conditioned universe, manifest through great compassion for the sake of sentient beings, emanations act to benefit beings through skillful means suited to each individual. To those passed on, to come, and present, Nirmanakaya Gurus of the three times, to you I pray. Lotus born of organ, to you I pray. Ngun zerig zinu den dorje tsel, maung de she me bataye sha, tada pe jun gyat zep drog bengo, jigje ye she dorje so adem. In the past, the awareness holder Nuden Dorje Tsel. In the future, the Buddha Merpa Tai. In the present, Padmasambhava's regent, Drokben in person. Jigdre Yishe Dorje, to you I pray. O men chogi yingi pejong ne, du sam sange kungi ngo ni. Rang sem chogung sem don zepe, tawe la me shabla sowadem. Within the palace of the fundamental space of reality, the unsurpassed pure realm is the essence of all the Buddhas of the three times. You who actually introduce the Dharmakaya of my own mind, Root Guru, at your feet I pray. So for Cloud Banks of Blessings, there is a melody out there that we've been learning. So we'll kind of fold that into practices on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. We'll start teaching that. I shared it on the. If I haven't yet, I'll share it in the PMC Sangha Facebook group as well. For now, we'll just chant it straight. Rangni rugmen yingne turdra chukulama dujam lingpo keno tawa dagda longdu tigle chukur mingze Rangshin salwe chingni lundra longku lama yeshe dorje keno gombo tse nangdu le long yuma chingshi gaume dorje longne zenbe trudku lama bema shepa keno Chöpe pangang drawar, tsadu chingwa drachi, rangring döngi lamar, kusum yerme nangne, göpe sowa demso, wangjin chen lap dutsi, dagyu mingdro dzurchi. From self-origin, Akanishta, the pure realm above all, Dharmakaya Guru beyond elaboration, Dujam Lingpa, please consider me. And in the expanse of the primordial pure view, ripen the essence of Dharmakaya. From the Buddha fields of wakefulness, spontaneously present Sambhogakaya Guru, Yeshe Dorje, please consider me. And in the luminosity of meditation, bind the karmic winds in the central wisdom channel. From the expanse of confined compassion, Nirmanakaya Guru, perfect with the major and minor marks, Pema Shepa, please consider me. And through conduct that transcends accepting and rejecting, release the knots in the wisdom channels. To the ultimate Guru, self-cognizing awareness, from the indivisible union of the three kayas, I bow down with respect. May the blessed nectar of the four empowerments ripen our minds that they become free. So we'll get started with the ritual on page 67. As we always start, I like to remind of what Rinpoche says about offering Tsok. Those of us who are familiar with the ritual, even a little bit, apply yourself as you can in terms of the visualizations and the mantra recitations. We'll add some Vajrasattva mantras. We'll do a full 108 Vajrasattva mantras today. But those who are just new coming to the practice, just sit, be positive, relax, and think of good things. And then a reminder from Rinpoche also that in order to understand what it is we're doing in this ritual, we must practice it. So therefore, let's practice it. So from page 69 in Tibetan. Kada chuku pema te pat me long chu zoku pema kun tu chang chu beng o tsuke dorje la so wa dev so dak yu jingi lom yang chen chu ba yin shi tsugil ma long ni da tro dil nun ge pa tsel kadab jambe de wen ni ma la so wa dev so dak yu jingi lom chen la ka ba gyur meng e dun wang Rike kyab da du jum dro du ling Karen sum den ta we la ma la So wa deb so dak yu jingi lo De tar so wa tap be jin lap ki Min che wang do dam tsik nam pa dak Rimnin lamen yendro tar chinte Kun sang pe ma kare kutop sho. In English, page 69. Original purity, Dharmakaya Padma, limitless longevity, Sambhogakaya Padma, holder of all, essential face of Nirmanakaya, lake-born Vajra Lord. As I pray to you, please transform my mind. Emanation of Saraswati, Mother Yeshe Tsogyal, Zilnan Gepatzel, who deciphered the symbols in the fivefold inner expanse. Lord of Refuge, Jampel Dewe Nima, as I pray to you, please transform my mind. Gyurming Edong Wangmo, destined to receive the blessings. Dujum Drodo Lingpa, refuge embodying the 100 families. Root Guru, so kind in 3 ways. As I pray to you, please transform my mind. By the blessing of praying of this way, the maturing empowerments are received with Samaya pristine. On the path of the 2 stages, perfecting the approach and accomplishment, may I attain the body of the lotus-born, total goodness. Hong rik dong o tsoke pema chung Kyab ne kundung o kyab suchi Si dir lo bor trupe drowa kun Sang trupa rang sang kada long dro shom Hong rik dong o tsoke pema chung Kyab ne kundung o kyab suchi Si dir lo bor trupe drowa kun Trupa rang sang kada long dro shom Hong rik dong o tsoke pema chung Kyab ne kundung o kyab suchi Si dir lo bor trupe drowa kun Trupa rang sang kada long dro sho. Hong, awareness, emptiness, the essence is the lake-born lotus guru. I take refuge in the essence, gathering all of sources of refuge. For all beings temporarily deluded by this transitory existence, may delusion purify itself and unravel in the expanse of original purity. Gektor. And then Ramyam Kam. First, you can put it on the floor first, Barbara. That's okay. You can do Ramyam Kam. And then you can do the below your navel. Subduing mudra. Do mudra sarva buddha akakaya za sarva bigamba lingta kai hi. Then hum marik zung zin trupe jung bunam torma di kir dadra nang du ding. Rang ring ye she po gyun we bang hang kor sun ro nang tum tu tum te do. And then we do, go ahead, Barbara. Om subani sumbani sumbani hung pe. Om girani hung pe. Om girani girani baya hung pe. Om anaya ho bhagavan baya raja hung pe. Okay, so we just threw out the obstacle makers and gave them some food to snack on while we're doing the ritual itself. At home, you can imagine your house is now protected. We're turning on all the lights on the shrine. We're opening up the shrine because now we've protected the space. We made a promise to the obstacle makers that we threw out that we'll bring them some snacks later. We'll bring them some treats after we're done with the ritual. I'm so sorry about that. We're having fire-making issues today. Not yet. That's a confession. Yeah. So now that the space is protected, we're going to invite Guru Rinpoche and the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to join us as we create this offering. In English, page 71. Hung, negative forces, unaware and deluded by duality, take this torma and go to the state beyond extremes. The unchangeable state of self-aware primal knowing is the boundary of protection that is primordially liberated from the three spheres of delusion. Hung de chen pe ma kyu we shin kam ne ku sun lun drup so ke dor je chang ne de chen pop chok ten nge drup sa che zi kun zang rup pe gen de gyur. Hung, from the blissful, pure realm of the spiraling lotus, naturally self-accomplished three bodies, lake-born Vajra holder, please bless this place and grant the supreme and ordinary siddhis. May these offerings become the ornament of the display of total goodness. Ahung Benja Guru Bema Tutreng Sel Benja Samaya Ja Avishaya A Om Sarva Puja Mega Samu Hum Krita. Rang lu tamane pedun karu organ me dana koshetso ting jab yen la ge den chu gong we u su rin shen be dong gyap ge deng gyap ne kun du organ dorje chang Sen pe bel bar tsok yel yu dong til chang ye dorje yun pe te bum nam dar dan rin chen ru pe gen gi ze Nge long na de chen zin yin bar Kor du tsa sum gya tso drin tar dim Jil lap duk jit jar be dal la zik Gyal kung o chi me ye she kun Dun shun drak buk dek chak dak du tsel Lun dong long je du sum ge we tsu Kun zang chu pe jin du ming ne bu Dong me nang sa dik dun ma lu sha Se che gyal we kun gi yun ten gi Kyab da chik bu gun bu nam da la Ning ne yi rang da te so dep shing Sat ye chuk yi cha jen be par kun Rang shen ge we nu bun gun dom ne Chuk am gyat so si ne ki ki bar Gun bo kyu ki nam ta je ni te Ka kyab dro wa den pe den du se Kyab ne kun du ken se ter chen po Du ngen gig me kyab rin chik rin po che Nga du pe nar zin du su ki So de bu la se we nyer du ti Gren pe long ne du je tse chung la Mu den dak di ning la jing gi lom Tak dang tsen ma nyer du ten pa dang Chö dang den mo nge ju tsel du tsen In English from page 73. Before me in my ordinary form is Organ Stainless Dhanakosha Lake, its profound depths filled with the water of the eight qualities. In its center, atop the jeweled stem of a lotus, petals unfurled, is the organ Vajra holder, in whom all sources of refuge converge. Brilliant with the splendor of the major and minor marks, he is embracing Tsogyal, the mother consort. He holds a Vajra in his right hand, a vase within a skull cup in his left. Exquisite in their silks and ornaments of jewels and bone, within a vast expanse of five-colored light, they blaze in the awesome splendor of great bliss. Oceans of the three roots gather like clouds as their retinue. They gaze upon me, bringing down a shower of blessing and compassion. To the embodiment of deathless primal awareness, the essence of all victorious ones, I forever offer prostrations of faith with intense and powerful yearning. my body, wealth, and enjoyment, and all virtue gathered throughout the 3 times. All these I offer in the manner of Samantabhadra's vast clouds of offerings. I confess without exceptions all negative actions and failings accumulated through time without beginning. Sole sovereign of all qualities, of the victorious ones and their heirs, enlightened protector, in your example of perfect liberation, I rejoice from my heart. To you I pray with faith, beseeching you to bring down a great rain of profound and vast dharma, amassing all virtuous qualities of my own and others. I will, for as long as the countless oceans of beings endures, follow the example of your perfect liberation, enlightened protector. I dedicate all this to the guidance of beings throughout space, great wellspring of wisdom and love, in whom all sources of refuge converge. Sole precious refuge in these evil dregs of time, I am afflicted by the spread of the 5 degenerations, and pray to you with great longing. Quickly look with love upon your child. Bring forth the manifest energy of compassion from your expanse of your realization. Grant your blessings to my devoted heart. Swiftly show signs and indications, and pray bestow the supreme and ordinary siddhis. And now we will recite the 7-line prayer 3 times together, and we'll do 21. There it is. Can someone grab that for me? This is appropriate.
Very good time.
Is it getting better? Do we feel the same? The 7-line prayer, for those of you who don't know it, can be found on page 96 or on page 7 of the PMC prayer book. Yeah. I'm going to use Brendan's melody because I love it. Orgen yugi no jang pemage sardong pola yatsen choking drupye pema jung ne she sudak kordu kandro mang pekor kegi jesu dak drupki Jingi lobchir shek su se guru bema siddhi hum hung organ yugi nup jang sam bema ge sardong bola yatsen chogi ngudrupni Pema jung ne she sudrak kordu kandro mang pekor kegi jesu dak druki chingi lobchir shek su se guru bema siddhi Hung organ yugi nup jang tsam bema ge sardong pola yatsen chogi ngudrupni bema jung ne she sudrak ordu kandro mang pekor Kegi jesu tak druki Chingi lobchir shek su se Guru bema siddhi hum Hung organ yugi nup jang san pema kesa tong pola yatsen choki ngujubni pema chung ne she su Ordu kandra mang Organ Yugi Nuk Changsan Pema Kesar Dombana Yatsen Choking Jumne Pema Jungne Shesutra Kordu Kanda Mangpa Korkeke Jesse Doctor Guru Pema Siddhi. At the top of page 77, we'll recite the English. Due to my devoted prayers, 5 colored rays of the light of primal knowing extend like filaments from both the point of union in the hearts of the Father and Mother Guru. As these filaments are absorbed into my heart, my mind stream is blessed and transformed. And now we'll recite the Vajraguru. Let's do 3 rounds of the mala. Vajraguru mantra is found on page 99 for those of you who need it. Om Ahum Pensaguru Pemasiddhi 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 Om Ahum Pensaguru. Om Ahum Pensaguru Pemasiddhi 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 Om. And now we'll take the opportunity with Guru Rinpoche and his retinue as our witnesses to offer confession. Page 86. During this section, you can reflect on your past misdeeds, especially from this last year. You can promise not to do them again. It's powerful to confess like this in front of the retinue, Guru Rinpoche in particular, and our imagination of these important beings and supports to our practice in our lives right here in front of us. There's a lot of perspective to talk about and think about in terms of the translation of the word for what we say visualization or imagination. This is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. And some questions come sometimes of like, what do I do if I can't visualize the detail of Guru Rinpoche and his refuge tree, or accumulation of merit, field of accumulation of merit in front of me? Like, do I get it wrong? Does it not work? And I've had a number of teachers in the past explain to me that, in fact, the feeling of knowing that Guru Rinpoche is here with us in the sky in front of us, or however we want to imagine that Guru Rinpoche appears with us, but the actual belief and feeling that he's actually here in the room with you is the most important piece of this imagination experience. This goes for all other kind of generation and completion stage practices as well. So maybe instead of the details, sometimes we can switch into focusing on how does it actually feel to be in the presence of a great being. So yeah, it's powerful to confess in front of the lamas, and we can use our imagination to generate that they are indeed here with us. During this section, you can make prostrations if you wish. You can stand up and make prostrations. Those of us here in the shrine room, please feel free to go spin the prayer wheels as well as we're reciting this King of Purification confession prayers. Om Tsok Tangpo Sangye Kundu Zang Dorje Sempa Dorje Deshin Shek Pao Chenpo Droa Kyope Gun Dagla Zegong Yeshe Chengi Ze Dene Make Yene Namda Kyang Tungor Lober Shawed Kuntole Mare Kunzen Kingang Nam Kachakun Dakchen Joying Yumnge Long Du Shak Benza Sangwe Dakpo Dorje Dam Drakpa Kusun Tuk Sang Samaya Bumgi Damle Nyam Shing Tsigle Gyawagang Rapdung On Shing Gyupe Tolo Shak Sato Nyampe Ngundu Gyurpe Dudane Nekin Yerzin Dorje Kadroi Kai Chepa Drakpa Gyur Gyurpe Dinche Drip Gyur Nyelchen Gyusak Shak Hung de beg yapur yiner dorje che Mixu mechin yamda shak padrel Kundu zangpo yezorik belong Dundre me becher yin long du ah. And in English from page 86. Om, the first foundation is the Buddha, total goodness. Vajrasattva is the Vajrasattva one, great hero, protector of beings. Think lovingly of me and look upon me with your eyes of primal knowing. Ah, primordially unborn, completely pure from the very beginning, and yet from conceptualization that incidentally arises in the face of delusion, all the generations that are the circumstantial appearance of dualistic unawareness, I confess within the great purity of the inner expanse of the five mothers of the fundamental space of reality. Vajra, Lord of secrets, renowned Vajraband, of the hundreds of thousands of secret samayas of body, speech, and mind, whatever has damaged the bond or violated the commitment, with intense remorse and regret, I disclose and confess. Sattva, the time when faults become degenerations has passed, becoming extreme breaches of the injunction of the Vajradakinis who oversee conduct, and after that becoming obscurations which accumulate the causes for the great hell. These I confess. Hum, primordial king, original great Vajra, without point of reference and beyond degeneration and confession, total goodness, intrinsic space of awareness, complete from the beginning, within the fundamental space of reality, beyond union and separation. Ah. Now we'll recite the Vajrasattva Mantra in the middle of page 100. We'll recite the first one together. And we'll do a full mala dedicated to offering purification to His Holiness Dujum Rinpoche Sangye Pema Shepa. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Benzasato Denopa Teacher Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anuragdo Mebawa Sarva Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Chitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Sarva Tata Gata Benzarma Me Munja Benzri Bawa Maha Samaya Sato Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Samaya Manupadaya Vajrasattva Denapa Teacher Tito Mevawa Subukaya Mevawa Anurakta Mevawa Sarvasiddhi Me Parayatsa Sava Kamra Sutsa Me Chitam Shriyam Kudu Hum Haha Haha Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Benzarmami Bhava Maha Samaya Sato And now the top of page 79. We've arranged the feast. And we are going to bless the feast and make the offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and Guru Rinpoche at this point. Hung ale chöing dang nam ke karpala om le nang si de yun sok su sham hum gi de chen ye she ro par gyur shri tsawa sum to shri yi tsa sum la to ge pa kyang. Hum, from Ah, a skull cup equal to the fundamental space of reality. From Om, the sense pleasures of appearance and possibility arranged within as the gathering feast. With Hum become the play of primal knowing and great bliss. With Hri, the hosts of the three roots devatas are delighted and fulfilled. Om Ah Hung Shri, Om Ah Hung Shri, Om Ah Hung Shri. Barbara, you can do the whole table with that. Hung organ yugi nup jang sam pema ge sar dong bola ya zen chogi nge jup ye pema ju ne she su chak kor du kan ro mang pe kor ke gi je su dak drup gi Duyen sola chende na jingi lop che shek su su ne chok di ru jin po la tsok cho ye she du tsi gyur drup cho da la wang zi kur ge da long den bar che zo Chodong Tun Mong Drup Hung at Oregon's northwestern frontier, on the stem and corona of a lotus flower, wondrous supreme accomplishment attained, and as the lotus-born renowned, encircled by a retinue of many Dakinis, so that I may become like you, I invite you to this feast of sense pleasures. Please come and grant your blessings. Send down your blessings to this excellent place and transform the feast offerings into the elixir of primal knowing. Bestow the four empowerments on me, the one who aspires to supreme accomplishment. Dispel obstacles, hindrances, and those who lead us astray. Grant the supreme and ordinary siddhis. Did you do the incense in that too? Those little guys, yeah. That third one doesn't need it. And we light the clean offerings later. Just make sure that one actually is burning, the first one. Beautiful. In the middle of page 81. Hung lama jitsum pema tu cheng. I did it again. Hold on 1 second. Hung lama jitsum pema tu cheng se. Rigzin kadro tsok tang che pa yi. Tsa sum kundu gyelwe kil kor la. Mugu dung su jak ber so wa dem. Dak shen go muksum git so long che. Nang si de yen ge gu ma tsang me. Kun tang de chen so ki kor lor bur. Tuk je de che tuk dam kong gyur che. So wa dev so guru rinpoche. Jingi lop che rigzin kadro tsok. Møden bun la chok deng drup so. Dam tik nam chak dam che je du so. Chinang sang we bar che ying su dre. Chang chu bar du dre me je zin xin. Se su nam to yang dar xin pe. Sampa lun gi drup par jing gi lom. Hung, noble Guru Pema Tutreng Sel, together with your host of awareness holders and dakinis, to this mandala of victorious ones embodying all the three roots devatas, I pray with devotion and intense yearning. My three doors, gathered virtue, enjoyments, wealth, and those of others, appearance and possibility, delightful sense pleasures with nothing incomplete, all this I offer as the great bliss, Ganachakra of total goodness, supreme bliss. Lovingly accept this with delight. May it fulfill our sacred bond. I beseech you, Guru Rinpoche, grant your blessings, hosts of awareness holders and dakinis. Grant the supreme and ordinary spiritual accomplishments to your devoted child. Please purify all degenerations and breaches of samaya. Liberate outer, inner, and secret obstacles in fundamental space. Until my enlightenment, hold me inseparable. Increase longevity, merit, meditative experiences, and realization like the waxing moon. Grant blessings for the natural self-accomplishment of wishes. Oma Hung Binza Guru Bema Siddhi Hung. Now we'll head to page 89 and do the Tsok accumulations. We'll do 7 long ones, 7 middle-length ones, and then a full mala of the last of the feast offering mantra on page 91. Ram Yam Kam Om Ah Hung Yingi Benda Rikpe Tsok Sham Dreduk Zazer Tigle Duyen Tra Ngursar Sami Kyape Dam Sekti Rangrik Zawa Sumgi Hlasola Nime Nyampe Nyangdu Chebarbu Turkpe Drazer Tigle Chenpur Shar Zungzin Drage Geme Ying Sutra Chunang Shito Sepe Trinle Drub Lundrub Nangshi Yeshe Darchine Kada Shuner Permgur Chang Chup Sho. I forgot to mention, as we recite these Tsok accumulations, what we're doing is actually accumulating the Tsok in our imagination. So the food becomes representations of everything and anything that beings want. The beings that are here in our protected space, and then the beings beyond that that we can't necessarily see. We are using our powerful imagination to make as much of this nectar and amrita as possible, and distributing it in a vast way. Clouds of offerings. And as we're saying these words, we can imagine that here in the room, outside of the meditation center, or whatever room you're in, just whatever offering you've made, just imagine it multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. With what's going on in the world these days, we can imagine vaccines, we can imagine medicine to treat illness, we can imagine safe places for people to retreat as they're leaving Ukraine, seeking safe space. Whatever it is that we feel in our hearts that people desire, may it be so. Ram Yam Kam Om Ah Hung Yingi Benda Rikpe Soktor Sham Dreduk Zazer Tigle Duyen Tra Ngursar Sami Kyape Dam Sekti Rangrik Zawa Sumgi Hlasola Nime Nyampe Nungdu Chebarbu Tokpe Drazer Tigle Chenpur Shak Zungzin Drage Keme Ying Sudro Trunang Shito Sepe Trinle Dro Lundrub Nangshi Yeshe Darchine Kada Shunu Pumkur Chang Chup Sho Ram Yam Kam Om Ah Hung Yingi Benda Rikpe Soktor Sham Dreduk Chaser Tigle Termion Dra Ngursar Sami Kyape Dam Sekti Rangrik Zawa Sumgi Hlasola Nime Nyampe Nyangdu Chebarbu Tokpe Drazer Tigle Chenpur Shak Dungzin Drage Keme Ying Sudro Trunang Shito Sepe Trinle Dro Lundro Nangchi Yeshe Darchine Kadak Shunu Pumkur Chang Chup So Ram Yam Kam Om Ah Hung Yingi Benda Rikpe Soktor Sham Dreduk Zazer Tigle Duyen Tra Ngursar Sami Kyape Dam Sekti Rangrik Zawa Sumgi Hlasola Nime Nyampe Nangdu Chebarbu Tokpe Drazer Tigle Chenpur Shak Tuzin jage ke me sutro. Trunang jito sepe jene jo. Lundrum nang shi ye she ta jene. Kada shenu bumker chang chup stro. Ram yam kam ahum. Yingi benda rikbe sokto sham. Rajak jase chigde yuntu cha. Nusar sami be damsik di. Rangrik zawa semgi lasola. Nime nyambe nyangdu chebabo. Tokba drasur tigle chenper shak. Zongzin chake keme ying sutro. Chunang jito sepe chene drup. Lundra nangsi yeshe tarchene. Kada junu punker chang chup shom. Ram yam kam ahung. Yingi benda rikbe soktor sham. Dredruk chage jingle nyuntra. Ngursar zami kyape damsik di. Rangrik zawa sumgi hasola. Nime nyambe nyangdu chepabo. Tukpe drazu tigle chamber shak. Zungzin jage keme ying sutro. Chunang shito sepe trenedro. Lundrov nangshi yeshe darchene. Kada shunu pumker chang che shong. Ram yam kam ahung. Yingi benda rikpe sokto sham. Droduk sajer tigle yuntra. Ngursar sami kyape damsi di. Rangrik sawa sumge lasola. Nime nyambe nyangdu chebabo. Tukpe chasur tigle chamber shak. Zungzin drage keme ying sutro. Chunang shito sepe trenedra. Lundrup nangshi yeshe tarchene. Kada sunu pumger chang chup shong. Ram yam kam ahung. Yingi benda rikbe sokto sham. Dredruk chase chikle duyen tra. Ngursa sami kape damsik di. Rangrik sawa sumge lasola. Nime nyambe nangdu chebabo. Tokpe chasur tigle jambur shak. Zungzin drage keme ying sutra. Chunang jito sepe trenedra. Lundra nangsi yeshe tarjene. Kada punar rumgur chang chup shong. Ram yam kam ahung. Oh, I'm sorry, English. Ram yam kam ahung. Within the skull cup of fundamental space, the ritual offerings of awareness are arrayed. The 6 lamps, rainbow rays, and spheres of light are the glittering desirable qualities. This is the wondrous, inconceivable Samaya. To the self-aware Devata, assembly of the 3 roots, the offerings are offered in the state of non-dual equanimity. The pointy edges of thoughts are confessed within the great sphere. Enemies and obstructors, the grasper and the grasped, are liberated in unborn's fundamental space. Diluted appearance awakens in the basis and accomplishes the enlightened activities, perfecting the primal knowing of the naturally self-accomplished 4 visions. May I awaken in the youthful vase body, original purity. Ram yam kam ahung. Guru Tsatsum Lasola, Deyen Longche Tsok Damsik Nyamchak Tamche Shak, Nyumong Drage Sheldu Tap, Trende Rabjam Landrup Tsok Ni Nirzong Erdrup Gana Chakra Puja Ho, Ram Yam Kam ahung. Guru Satsum Lasola, Deyen Longche Tsok Damsik Nyamchak Tamche Shak, Nyumong Drage Sheldu Tap, Trene Rabjam Landrup Tsok Ni Nirzok Erdrup Gana Chakra Puja Ho, Ram Yam Kam ahung. Guru Satsum Lasola, Deyen Longche Tsok Damsik Nyamchak Tamche Shak, Nyemondra Geshel Duta, Trine Rabjam Lundrupso, Tsok Ninu Tsok Mudrupso, Kana Chakra Puja Ho, Ramyam Kam Om A. Guru Tsazum La Sola, Duyun Long Chit So Chipu, Tam Tik Nam Chat Tam Che Shak, Nyemondra Geshel Duta, Trine Rabjam Lundrupso, Nutin Yu Tsok Mudrupso, Kana Chakra Puja Ho, Ramyam Om A. Guru Satsum La Sola, Duyun Long Chut Sok Chubu, Tam Tik Nyam Chat Tam Che Shak, Nyam Mondra Ge Shel Du Tap, Trine Rab Jam Lan Drup So, Tsok Nin Yu Tsok Mu Drup So, Kana Chakra Puja Ho, Ram Yam Kam Om A. Guru Satsum La Sola, Duyun Long Chut Sok Chubu, Tam Che Nam Chat Tam Che Shak, Nyam Mondra Ge Shel Du Tap, Trine Rab Jam Nu Drup So, Tsok Nin Yu Tsok Mu Drup So, Kana Chakra Puja Ho, Ram Niyam Kam Om A. Guru Sasum La Sola, Duyun Long Che Tsok Che Bu, Sam Chik Tam Chat Tam Che Shak, Nirmondra Ge Shel Du Tap, Trine Rab Jam Lan Drip So, Tsok Min Yu Tsok Mu Drip So, Kana Chakra Puja Ho. Now we'll say 108 of the feast offering mantra on page 91. English, thank you. Ram Yam Kam Oma Hum, to the Guru and the assembly of the three roots, devatas, this wealth of sense pleasures is offered as the feast. I confess all deteriorations of samaya, neurosis, enemies, and obstructors are offered to the mouths of the devatas. Naturally self-accomplished, vast, enlightened activities, may the two accumulations be swiftly completed. Bestow siddhi, skana chakra puja ho. Ramyam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kahi Ramyam Kam Om Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kahi Ramyam Kam Om Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kahi Ramyam Kam Om Ahum Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kahi Ramyam Kam Om Guru Deva Da Kini Gana Chakra Kam Om Ahum Guru Devada Kinikana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kai Ramyam Kam Om Ahum Guru Devada Kinikana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kai Ramyam Kam Om Ahum Guru Devada Kinikana Chakra Puja Uchita Balingta Kai. And now it's equally as important to imagine those beings who we just created these offerings for, that they are thrilled to receive them and so happy for the help and support that we're offering through this practice. And then we'll start again on page 92. And plates can be delivered. Emma ho Tsok Bema Dong Pola Kagna Yeshe Lungi Drupala Rang Jung Chenpo Me Pa Yabyum Ni Kadru Trin Bong Tila Sowa Dem Samba Nyurdu Dripar Chingilo Lingen Che Pa Mem Nin Tu Kepe Nyen Den Par Che Ma That's okay. Kyu Tsen Tren Pe Me La Tse Che Pe Jane Ning Ne Ku Lor Gen Che Samba Nyurdu Drupar Chingilom Te Dang Tu Tim Gong La Tom Bak Dang Te Pe Gyu Dro Te Yud Ngo Tsa She Te Ra Pun Song Pe Pe Nor Tim Po Sem Chen Kun Gi Well, keep going. Jing then party dinner. Sampa near the drupar chingilom. Gala ne dong dung mi den ken. Jung po den dong kya po che pa dong. Mi chu chen zin nam tang ji ba che. Te pa thar tu pe pe ne ka ken kyab da re sa shen du ma chi pe tuk je zung shi guru or gen je sambya nyur du drupar chingi lo. Wondrous, in the center of the lake, upon a stem and corona of a lotus flower, the five-fold body of the Devata of naturally self-accomplished primal knowing, great self-occurring Padma, Father and Mother, amidst vast clouds of Dakinis, to you I pray, grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Due to the ripening force of negative actions, illness, demons, obstacles, war, strife, and famine are immediately ended upon remembering your face. From my heart, I beseech you, revered organ, please remember your promise. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes, training in faith, morality, and generosity, freeing our minds by studying, have a sense of modesty, shame, and wisdom. These are the 7 perfect and complete treasures. Instantly cause them to perfectly enter the minds of all sentient beings, bringing happiness and joy to the world. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Whatever illness, suffering, and undesirable situations, spirits, demons, and oppression from the ruler, fire, water, wild animals, dangerous paths, and terrifying situations, on all occasions which can threaten our lives, there is no other hope or refuge. Hold us with your compassion, revered organ guru. Grant blessings for the swift accomplishment of wishes. Tusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngurjup Kudak Dewa Chimpesha, Bache Kunsel Dudu Trapotsa, Sowa de Sunchingi, Chinang Sangwe Barchi Shiwatang Sampa Lungi Triparchinki Lo Dusum Sangi Guru Rinpoche Ngujup Kodak Dewa Chempush Barchi Kunzel Dudu Trakbota Sowa Depso Chinki Lab Chinang Sangwe Barchi Shiwatang Sampa Lungi Triparchinki Lo Dusum Sangi Guru Rinpoche Ngujup Kodak Dewa Chempusha Barchi Kunzel Dudu Trakbota Sowa Depso Chinki Lab So Chinang Sangwe Barchi Shiwatang Sampa Lungi Triparchinki Lo Buddha of the 3 times, Guru Rinpoche, exalted great bliss, master of all accomplishments, wrathful manifest energy, dispeller of all hindrances and subduer of demons. To you I pray for blessing and transformation, pacify outer, inner, and secret obstacles, and grant blessings for the natural self-accomplishment of wishes. So please enjoy the feast, everybody. So we'll start up again on page 83 in the middle. And we're going to feed the obstacle makers the parts of the feast that we promised them early on. This is called the lakma, which means leftovers. For those who are interested, each of us put one piece of our food from our plates into this lakma offering, and then we had clean offerings from the table. So all types of beings who will experience the different levels of purity of the different offerings will be able to eat from this plate once we put them outside. Then after the offerings are done, we will dissolve the mandala, or what we're imagining as the field of accumulation. We'll dissolve it. We'll rest in openness, and then we'll bring it back up real quick, and then dissolve it once again, and then we'll do a little verse of celebration for all the merit that we've been accumulating today. Om Ma Hung Benza Amrita Hung Ha Ho Shri E A Ra Li Shring Shring Za. La de jig den dreg bet so de yun nga den lak dor she pendang de we chin le zo om ushita balinda kahi. Haughty worldly spirits who gather the remainders, please accept this remainder torma endowed with the 5 sense pleasures and perform beneficial and joyous activities. Om Uchita Balingda Kai. Tsoke lame kil kortu, tsoki korlo korwai. Daksendroa malupa, kilkorchik druparsho. Within the mandala of the lake-born Guru, by turning the wheel of the wisdom feast, may I and all beings without exception be liberated within one mandala. Now we'll go to page 77. In the middle. La me ne sum ige dru sum le o ser karma ting sum jung ne su rangi ne sum timpe go sum gi trip chang ku song tu ki dor cher kyur Tarni lama korche o dushu karmartigle hungi tsen paru rangi ningar timbe lame tok rang sem yer me lengi chokorne ah ah. From the 3 syllables in the Guru's 3 places emerge 3 rays of white, red, and dark blue light. As these are absorbed into my own 3 places, my 3 doors are purified of obscurations and become the Vajras of enlightened body, speech, and mind. Finally, the Guru and his retinue dissolve into light, which becomes a white sphere glowing red and marked with Hung. As this is absorbed into my heart, the Guru's mind and mind join inseparably and dwell in Dharmakaya. Ah, ah. page 84. Hunke me choku la long ne, ge me la kunang we cha, ri me tong sel nang du tim. Ah, ah. Whom from the inner sky of unborn Dharmakaya, the unobstructed form of the Devata appears and dissolves into emptiness, clarity, free from all direction. Ah, ah. Ge tsa chang chup chen por ngo, ngo bo rang shin duk che tsel, organ la ma tso ke che, ku som lun gi drup pa yi, ta shi del pe de le sho. The roots of merit are dedicated to great awakening. The essence, nature, and compassionate manifest energy are the unsurpassed lake-born Lord of Organ, the spontaneously accomplished 3 bodies. May all be auspicious, sacred, joyous, and excellent. Tusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Godak Dewa Chembusha, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakbotsel, Sowa Depso Jinki Laptuso, Samwe Barche Shiwadang, Sampa Lunki Drupar Chinki Lo, Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Godak Dewa Chembusha, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakbotsel, Sowa Depso Jinki Laptuso, Chinang Samwe Barche Shiwadang, Sampa Lungi Drupar Chinki Lo, Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Ngudrup Godak Dewa Chembusha, Barche Kunsel Dudu Drakbotsel, Sowa Depso Tinki Laptuso, Chinang Sangme Barche Shiwadang, Sampa Lungi Drupar Chinki Lo. Thank you, everybody. I'd like to offer some long life prayers for Tsok Rinpoche and Chuji Rinpoche. Those are on page 49. We'll do the long one for Tsok Rinpoche in English. Om Swasti, primordially beyond birth, death, and transformation, all-pervasive youth, life force of adamantine primal awareness, all-accomplishing protector Padma Amitayas, firmly plant the indestructible pillar of life force, holding, sustaining, and spreading the quintessence of the intention of Samantabhadra, the supreme doctrine of Ati, awakening those with karma and aspiration, hoisting the victory banner of study and accomplishment, protector of beings, may you flourish for an entire eon, relying on the supreme swift path of the great secret, training in the great activities which are meaningful for those with connection, clearing away all misery of those to be tamed, grant the wish-fulfilling auspiciousness of bliss and benefit. Om Swasti, holding the treasury of the teachings of Samantabhadra's heart, raising the victory banner of study, practice, midst this time of degeneration. Glorious Guru, may your feet remain firm, and may the 2 purposes be naturally accomplished and auspiciousness increase. Om Swasti, the indestructible self-born essence of Amitayas, primordially uncharacterized by either birth or death, by the truth of the fundamental purity of phenomenality itself, may the supreme guide of beings, the victorious one, may he live a long life. With the unobstructed creativity of the Vajra clouds of highest ecstasy, expanding through space, the skillful dance of Maya Jala, with the truth of the spontaneity of interdependent phenomena, May the supreme guide of beings, the victorious one, may he live a long life, with the fearlessness, wisdom, and kindness which is the power of primordial awareness, the essence of the precise secret teachings of the Vajrayana, the wish-fulfilling jewel. The victorious banner of teaching, practice, and action is raised to the pinnacle. May he live long as he fulfills the aspirations and wishes of living beings. Sounding the Dharma as a conch shell trumpet with the auspicious pattern of a right-handed spiral, causing the essence to enter the ears of many beings of the three habitats, above, on the surface, and below the earth. Accomplishing the spread of virtue victoriously in all directions, may this fortunate supreme guide and sovereign live a long life. May the Lama Vidyadhara live for 100 eons, victorious in the war against adverse inner and outer obstacles, spontaneously accomplishing vast intentions of great value to the Dharma and living beings. May this most excellent, auspicious vision pervade forever. And dedication prayers on page 17. Jampe pawo chitar kempa tang kuntu sangpo teang te shen te ta kungi jesu daglob chi gewa dita tamche raptu ngo dushum shekbe gewa tamche ki ngowa gangla chotu nakpa de daki gewe tsawa di kun kyang zangpo chochi raptu ngo wargi wo. Like the hero Manjushri, who attained knowledge of all things just as they are, and following Samantabhadra's example too, so I will emulate and train in all of that, and thus make supreme dedication of all this virtue. All the victorious ones of the three times, whatever dedications they have supremely uttered, and all these roots of virtue as well, I supremely dedicate in order to accomplish the deeds of the excellent. And flip to page 18. In the middle, Samling Chidang Yukam Didak Tu, Nemo Zenta Dunya Migmi Jab, Choden Senam Beljor Gongto Bel, Taktu Tashi Dele Punso Shok. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities and merit and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities, merit, and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. In the world in general and in this nation, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. May virtuous qualities, merit, and prosperity greatly increase, and may continuous good fortune and sublime well-being perfectly arise. Sunam di tamche sikpa ni tobne nipe dranam pamje ne kega nachi pala trupa yi sipe sole drowa sho. By this merit may all beings gain omniscience and thus defeat the neurosis and negative actions which are the enemies. From the turbulent waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of cyclic existence, may all beings be liberated. And the bottom of page 17, please. Circling back to our motivation for practicing together today. Changchuk Sempchok Rinpoche Makye Panam Kekyurchi Kyepa Nyampar Mepa Yang Kone Gongdu Pelwar Shok. The precious supreme mind of awakening, may it be born in those who have it not. Wherever it has arisen, may it never generate, and may it always grow greater and greater. Thanks, everybody. There You're welcome, Libby, and everybody online. We'll convene again on Tuesday. The link went out online to do more accumulations of Vajrasattva Mantra on behalf of the Parinirvana of His Holiness Dujam Rinpoche Sangye Pema Shepa. So please join us on Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. And then the Ngundro group will also meet this week again, 7 o'clock Mountain Time on Wednesday. And stay tuned for any Losar events and activities that happen. Yeah. The next time we'll do Tsok will be on the 10th day of the first month of the year. I know it's a Saturday. I think it's the 12th of March. It's either the 11th or 12th of March. So we'll do the same thing we did today. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.